time, but now we are back for a restart. 25% race now, 6 laps.
Very soon we'll see the riders powering down to the
And we'll get going. And we are off. And look, wow, I'm guessing Platt had spinning off the start. That's not ideal. Here we go into turn 1, and it looks like it's going to be Craig who leads the field into turn 1. But going underneath, using a bit of red paint there. And Nelson's going to be really aggressive. Look at Jack. Whoa. I don't quite know how that physically works, but Platt somehow got away with that. So it is Craig out in front, with Nelson in second, and Platt in third. Oh, and Platt hits the back of Nelson. Is he going to set? He's going to. I think he's going to set up Casanova, Savelli into Arrabbiata 1. As Craig gets onto the grass, and there's a big mistake. And Platt's going to win between the two of them. And oh, and everything's trying to sort itself out. Big mistake from Craig, and that has allowed Platt through into the lead of the race. It's all Constantina-ing up. I don't quite know what's going on, but everything is resumed basically apart from Jack dropping down to 6th place. If these guys could just hold on for 3 corners, they might have a chance of slipstreaming Platt down the straight. And Platt uses a bit of a grid. I don't really blame him because he needs to try and get that gap as he fires it into Bacchini. He's going to try and get the best run possible. He's going to have a train of 3 bikes behind him. Here we go, and he pulls all the way to the right to try and stop the slipstream. And he's just going to hold on. As Nelson goes over the curb, and he's lost the front. No, he's not. He's fine. That's just lag. I don't know why it's lagging at all, but Jack struggling to pass Joe as Joe's holding on for dear life. Jack's going to turn it underneath the Mooney VL46 rider, and he goes into back into 5th place. Everything is sort of resumed as it was. We're all still trying to find our way through on Craig. He goes rolls up the inside and he's down. Oh, it was a bit of a late lunge. You can't really blame him. He should probably do a bit more, probably wait for a better corner. And Craig just don't think saw the pass coming, and there's no like that could be done in that situation. Nelson, oh, that was pretty bad cut there by Platt, and he's gained about 3 tenths from that. We're getting close to the curb as well, but that's just that bit of a corner cut has just let him escape scot-free there from any sort of draft now. Holding the brakes into turn 1. Oh, a bit of curb there into turn 2. Nelson said in the break that he's having probably the best ride he's had in quite some time, which is something I mentioned earlier on, and he possibly, you know, if Craig had made the mistake, who knows, he might have led at some point, and he would have done. I know Nelson, with his defence against myself, he would have made Platt's life very difficult. He would have defended every single apex, he would have defended every single position, and he would have attacked Platt if he ever had the opportunity to, and the moment presented itself well. If we've already at the halfway stage, will it be the halfway stage when they cross the line? Every single gap's over a second. With the gap between Craig and Nelson being right on the nose of 1 second. Hovering between 9 tenths to 1.2. Oh, Nelson! Oh, Jesus Christ. You lost the front there, but apparently you didn't. So 3 laps to go. I feel like everything's just going to stay as it is, to be honest, unless a big mistake happens somewhere. Into Casanova and Savelli. Heart of my mouth there when just all these keeps in the front end closed on all these guys, and it's just a bit of lag. So we're about to start the penultimate lap of this race, and I think everything's pretty much staying put. I mean, Craig is applying some form of pressure on Nelson. He's making him stay at the consistent pace he is, but I don't think it's enough to sort of force Nelson into any kind of mistake yet. He's got to start closing down the gap. And he is starting to close the gap, just under 7 tenths of a second. So with 1.5 laps to go, can Craig form any kind of last lap attack onto Nelson? Nelson running a little, he seems to be running a little bit tight, not too bad though. And he's in slipstream now. Nelson now be going all the way to the left, mate. Defending that slipstream. Yeah, there we go. If he can hear me, that's definitely why he's done it. Blocking that slipstream from Craig. Here we go into turn 1. Nelson on the curb. He's going to run quite hot. Well, he's made the corner very well. Through turn 2. And now into turn 3. This is the part where the front tyre starts becoming an issue for Craig, because he's starting to get into the draft, and the front end will just feel that it's a bit different. And Nelson's actually gone down. I'm lost for words. Well, Craig, as I said, Craig needed to start closing the gap to force the mistakes to Nelson. That is exactly what has happened. There's a really big lack of judgment there on Nelson's part. Oh, now it's gone down again. He just that tiny bit too far to the right, and it's simply all gone away from him. Just like that. It's all it takes. And Rolge now could be on to steal to get fourth place back. He should be on the podium actually with his pace. He might get. Podium might be on here because Jack Berman does have a long lap penalty. We'll have to wait and see. As Platt now. Oh, he's just taking his long lap. Never mind. So here we go. Platt rounds the final corner. Surprise, surprise! It's 3 out of 3 for Platt. On board the Repsol Honda, he wins here at Mugello. Craig with a superb job at pressuring. Nelson takes second, and Jack Berman brings home third place with Joe. I think that'll be his best finish. I think that'll be probably his only finish of the season. In fourth place with Rolge in fifth, and Nelson with 3 crashes on the last lap from second place. He will be absolutely furious with himself.
In a moment, we'll go live to Parc Fermé for
so Platt wins from Craig in second, Jack third, Joe fourth, Rolge fifth, and Nelson in sixth. Right, so we will start with our third place man, Jack. So, Jack, you actually had a very good start. You were, I would say, momentarily in about second or third place, but then you made contact with Platt, and for some strange reason that forced you to go more left and nearly into the grass on the left-hand side, and then you had to serve a long lap, but you survived all the chaos and brought home a podium. So how does it feel?
Well, to be honest, I'm not like over the moon with this podium, but a podium's a podium, I guess, because I didn't quite have the pace. I had 1 lap speed, but I just couldn't get that lap in qualifying, but had a horrible start before the restart because I've been struggling with starts quite a lot this season. Finally, I got away quite well. I was up to about second, and then me and Platt, I had to avoid him, so I lost a bit of time there. And then a couple corners later, I hit the grass and had to set up as well. Went into the gravel a little bit, so that lost me even more time. But no, just got my head down. I didn't have no pace at all, one bit. But I just, tried to, didn't crash, didn't really make too many big mistakes, but got a long lap, so I took that. But I think I deserved the podium in the first round of the season at Assen, so counting that as this, to be honest. So yeah, podium's a podium, and at the team's home track is very nice. So yeah, well done to Craig and Platt as well.
Yeah, well done. So we now move on to our second place finisher, Craig. Craig, in the first run, you were quite consistently in third, holding off Rolge. In the second run, you actually had a fantastic start. You led momentarily till you made a mistake into Cervelli, and then you, as soon as I don't know if you're hearing me, but as soon as I said you need to start closing in that couple of attempts to put pressure on Nelson, you did, and Nelson made a mistake on the last lap to give you second place. So it's just not the way you would have wanted to get second place, but I can imagine you must be happy with it.
Yeah, I'm happy with P2 obviously. It's unfortunate Nelson went down on the last lap. I was closing in, you could see. Obviously as a rider, it's nice to see someone lose an advantage sort of thing, and I gained that. I've not really got much to say. I was just nervous throughout both starts. Couldn't handle the pressure sort of thing, and I just kept shaking on the brake and the analog, which I'd done last week. But other than that, I'm happy with the result. Lap time weren't too bad, quite consistent. And to say that I've not played for like a whole week, obviously due to having a baby, obviously I'm really proud of getting a podium. And yeah, I've not really got much else to say, but other than well done to Platt and Jack, and unlucky to Nelson. They go again next week. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
And now we go on to our winner for the third time this season. Platt, it wasn't plain sailing in the restart, but in the first part it was plain sailing. The second one, you had a little bit of work, but thanks to the mistakes of Craig disturbing Nelson, it sort of give you a free ticket to slide up the inside into first and get into your rhythm. So how was that race for you? Yeah. Yeah, so congratulations on your third victory of the season. Of course, the commiserations to Nelson's for that crash, for those 3 crashes at the end, but it is what it is. And yeah, we'll see you guys. Hopefully I'll be doing it next week. I still don't know what's going on, but yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.